What if the smallest nation in Central America could reshape your vision of paradise? El Salvador, a land of contrast and allure, whispers secrets from a timeless past. In this travel documentary for Gozijourney, we unveil 15 astonishing facts that crown this tiny country a hidden gem. From smoldering volcanoes to a vibrant culture, El Salvador blends ancient traditions with modern dreams, every corner alive with stories waiting to be discovered, often overshadowed by larger neighbors. This compact nation surprises seasoned travelers with its rich tapestry. Join us to explore why El Salvador captivates hearts and defies expectations. A tiny titan with a mighty heart. El Salvador, Central America's smallest nation at just 21,000 square kilometers, punches above its weight with breathtaking diversity. Picture the black sand beaches of El Tunco, waves roaring like a symphony. Then the misty trails of Ilimatepec volcano, a towering marvel. Its 300-kilometer Pacific coastline fuels trade, making this tiny land a vibrant hub of commerce and culture. The tropical climate sways between a lush rainy season May to October and a sun-soaked dry season November to April. Ideal for hiking volcanoes, exploring rainforests, or basking on postcard-perfect beaches. Home to 6 million, El Salvador's dense population of 300 people per square kilometer brings San Salvador alive with buzzing cafes, bustling markets, and lively gyms. Spanish, laced with rapid-fire Salvadoran slang, binds this spirited nation, often puzzling even native speakers. Have you ever met a language that dances just out of reach? El Salvador's charm lies in its bold, warm, and singular personality. A people woven from two worlds. Step into any Salvadoran village, and you'll meet a people whose very existence tells a story of resilience and fusion. About 85% of El Salvador's population is mestizo, a vibrant blend of indigenous and Spanish ancestry. Long before the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, this land belonged to the Papil, a Nahua people with roots tied to the Aztecs. They were farmers and artisans, their lives shaped by the rhythms of the earth. Known for their sturdy builds and sun-kissed skin, the Papil fought fiercely against Spanish conquest in 1524. Their resistance a testament to their unyielding spirit. When the Spanish prevailed, they didn't erase the Papil but reshaped them. Indigenous beliefs were swapped for Catholicism, names were changed to honor saints, and Spanish became the tongue of the land. Many Spanish soldiers took Papil women as wives, sometimes by force, giving rise to the mestizo identity, neither fully indigenous nor wholly European. Today, Salvadorans carry this dual heritage in their features: brown skin, shorter statues, and eyes that seem to hold centuries of stories. Yet their lives are unmistakably modern. With Spanish as their language, Catholicism as their faith, and global fashion as their style. This fusion has crafted a personality that's both approachable and tough. Salvadorans greet you with a smile that feels like home, but their resilience born from surviving conquest, wars, and natural disasters runs deep. It's a reminder that identity isn't just about where you come from. It's about how you carry the past into the present. For travelers, meeting these people is like opening a book filled with chapters of survival and warmth. The strength and allure of Salvadoran women. There's something magnetic about Salvadoran women, a blend of beauty and strength that stops you in your tracks. Their suntanned skin, thick black hair, and deep, soulful eyes are striking, but it's their inner fire that truly captivates. These women are the backbone of their families, often managing household finances with the precision of a seasoned accountant. A survey by CEPAL found that nearly a third of small and medium-sized businesses in El Salvador are led by women, a testament to their entrepreneurial spirit in a society still tethered to traditional roles. Despite these traditions, Salvadoran women are carving out new paths. They preserve cultural heritage through recipes, festivals, and stories while driving economic progress. In relationships, they value sincerity and responsibility, cherishing partners who respect their roots. Many are open to foreigners and in expatriate communities. It's not uncommon to meet Salvadoran women who've built lives with Americans or Europeans, blending cultures without losing their identity. Their allure lies in this balance, gentle yet fierce, traditional yet forward-thinking. For those of us watching this travel documentary, Salvadoran women offer a lesson in resilience. They remind us that strength doesn't always shout. It can be quiet, steady, and profoundly beautiful. If you were to meet a Salvadoran woman, what would you want to learn from her story? If you're enjoying this deep dive into El Salvador's hidden wonders, we'd love for you to join the Gozi Journey family. Hit that like button to let us know you're with us. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts or travel dreams, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. Your support keeps us exploring the world's untold stories, and we can't wait to have you along for the ride. A land sculpted by fire. El Salvador's nickname, Tierra de los Volcanes, land of volcanoes, isn't just poetic, it's a geological truth. With over 20 volcanoes, 6 of them still active. The country sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates clash and magma bubbles close to the surface. This fiery foundation has shaped not just the landscape, but the soul of the nation. The Santa Ana volcano, the highest in El Salvador, cradles a turquoise crater lake, its waters shimmering with minerals and mystery. Then there's Izalco, once called the lighthouse of the Pacific for its 200-year eruption, its glow guiding sailors from the sea. Rather than fearing these giants, Salvadorans have embraced them. About a quarter of the country's electricity comes from geothermal energy, harnessing the volcano's heat. For tourists, these peaks are playgrounds, hike their trails, soak in hot springs, or gaze into craters that feel like portals to another world. For locals, volcanoes are more than landmarks. They're spiritual anchors, tying the people to their land. Living alongside such raw power is a daily reminder of nature's might and beauty, making El Salvador a destination where adventure and reverence walk hand in hand. Festivals that ignite the soul. El Salvador's festivals are a riot of color, music, and faith, blending indigenous and colonial influences. Semana Santa Holy Week in March or April is the year's pinnacle, with processions in San Salvador and Santa Ana featuring flower carpets and candlelit statues of saints. The Fiesta de la Cruz de Mayo in May honors the Holy Cross with rituals and dances, its vibrant displays rooted in pre-colonial traditions. Fiesta Agustina in August transforms San Salvador into a street party, celebrating the Virgin Mary with competitions and folk games. These events aren't just spectacles. They're invitations to join a community's joy. For travelers, attending a Salvadoran festival is like stepping into a living painting, where every note and color tells a story of heritage and hope. When coffee was worth more than gold. Close your eyes and imagine a time when a humble coffee bean was more precious than gold. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, El Salvador's coffee was just that, a global sensation. grown in the fertile volcanic soil of high-altitude regions like Apanica and Ilimatepec. Its Arabica beans offered a clean taste with a sweet aftertaste, low on bitterness. These beans were rare, hand-harvested on small farms, making them a luxury coveted in Europe and America. At its peak, the export price of Salvadoran coffee outshone gold, earning it the title of Central America's Black Gold. Though El Salvador's coffee industry has waned, its legacy endures. Beans from Apanica and Ilimatepec still win international awards, their flavor a testament to the land's unique terroir. For coffee lovers, visiting a Salvadoran finca farm is a pilgrimage, where you can sip a cup while surrounded by misty mountains. It's a reminder that sometimes, the simplest things like a morning brew carry the weight of history. A nation split across borders. El Salvador's story isn't confined to its borders. Nearly half of its people, around 3 million, live in the United States, compared to the 6.5 million at home. This diaspora began in the 1980s during a brutal 12-year civil war that drove millions to flee violence and poverty. Even after peace returned, migration continued, fueled by economic challenges. For many, the U.S. offered stability, and the remittances they sent back. Over 20% of El Salvador's GDP sustained families, funding education, healthcare, and daily life. In cities like Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Houston, Salvadoran communities thrive, creating mini El Salvadors abroad. You'll find pupuserias serving steaming cornmeal tortillas, churches hosting Salvadoran services, and festivals celebrating indigenous roots. These enclaves are a bridge between two worlds, offering a taste of El Salvador for those yet to visit. For travelers, exploring these communities is like a preview of the country's warmth and flavor, a testament to the people who carry their homeland wherever they go. A bold leap into the future with Bitcoin. In 2021, El Salvador made headlines as the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, a move that stunned the world. Since 2001, the country had used the US dollar, leaving it vulnerable to global economic shifts. President Nayib Bukele saw Bitcoin as a way to break free, attract tech investment, and bring financial access to the 70% of Salvadorans without bank accounts. The government rolled out the Chivo wallet, giving $30 in Bitcoin to citizens, installed 200 Bitcoin ATMs, and even dreamed up Bitcoin City, a tax-free haven powered by volcanic geothermal energy. This gamble sparked debate. Investors hailed El Salvador as a crypto paradise, but many locals, wary of Bitcoin's volatility, hesitated. Regardless of the outcome, this experiment marks El Salvador as a pioneer, a small nation daring to redefine money in the modern age. For those watching this travel documentary, it's a reminder that innovation often comes from the unlikeliest places. Could a digital currency like Bitcoin change the way you travel or live? Riding the waves of a surfer's paradise. If the ocean calls to you, El Salvador answers with a roar. Its 300 kilometers of Pacific coastline are a surfer's dream, with waves that roll in strong and steady year-round. El Tunco, a beach with wild beauty and warm waters, welcomes everyone from novices to pros. For seasoned surfers, Punta Roca's long, challenging waves have earned it a spot on the international competition circuit. What sets El Salvador apart is its affordability. Board rentals and lessons cost a fraction of what you'd pay in Hawaii or Costa Rica, and the beaches are just an hour from the airport. Surfing here isn't just a sport, it's a way of life. Locals and visitors alike gather at sunset, boards tucked under their arms, sharing stories as the sky burns orange. For travelers, El Salvador's coast offers a chance to ride waves and connect with a community that lives for the sea. It's a place where the ocean teaches you to let go and embrace the moment. Joya de Cerén, a window into the past. Tucked 30 kilometers from San Salvador lies Joya de Cerén, a Mayan village frozen in time, often called the Pompeii of the Americas. Around 600 AD, a volcanic eruption buried this agricultural community under 4 to 8 meters of ash, preserving it with eerie perfection. Houses with thatched roofs, cooking hearths, tools, and even footprints remain, offering a rare glimpse into the lives of ordinary Mayans, not kings or priests, but farmers and families. Named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1993, Joya de Cerén is an open-air museum where history feels alive. Walking its paths, you can almost hear the chatter of ancient villagers. For travelers, it's a humbling reminder of how fragile and resilient human life can be, a chance to touch a moment that's been silent for 1,400 years. A flag shared by 3 brothers. At first glance, El Salvador's flag might confuse you. It's nearly identical to those of Honduras and Nicaragua, with 3 horizontal stripes of blue, white, and blue. This similarity isn't a coincidence. All 3 were once part of the Federal Republic of Central America, a fleeting union formed after independence from Spain in 1821. The stripes symbolize the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans framing the region, a nod to shared geography and dreams of unity. El Salvador's flag stands out with its coat of arms, a triangle featuring mountains, the sea, a rainbow, and a Phrygian cap, encircled by the words República de El Salvador en la America Central. It's a symbol of the nation's identity rooted in its past, aspiring for peace and prosperity. For travelers, the flag is a visual cue of Central America's interconnected history, a reminder that borders don't always tell the whole story. A name that carries faith. El Salvador means the Savior in Spanish, a reference to Jesus Christ that echoes through the country's soul. Its capital, San Salvador, or Holy Savior, doubles down on this spiritual legacy. Few nations wear their faith so boldly in their names. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they brought Catholicism, which took root deeply. Over 80% of Salvadorans today are Christian, mostly Catholic. This faith isn't just a statistic, it's woven into daily life. Ancient churches anchor city centers, and festivals like Semana Santa and Divino Salvador del Mundo fill the streets with devotion and celebration. For travelers, these moments offer a chance to witness a culture where spirituality is a living, breathing force, shaping everything from art to community. Destinations that steal your breath. El Salvador's size belies its wealth of attractions. San Salvador, the beating heart of the nation, blends modernity with history. Visit the San Salvador Cathedral, climb the Cascatlan Tower, or stroll through Bicentennial Park, where urban life meets cultural pride. Lake Copec, cradled by volcanoes, is a serene escape. Its blue water's perfect for kayaking or quiet reflection. El Imposable Park, a sprawling nature reserve, teems with wildlife and waterfalls, ideal for trekkers seeking untouched wilderness. For history buffs, Tazumul's Mayan pyramids and temples transport you to a civilization that thrived centuries ago. Each site tells a piece of El Salvador's story, making this travel documentary a roadmap for explorers. Whether you're drawn to cities, nature, or ancient ruins, El Salvador delivers experiences that linger long after you leave. A cuisine that warms the heart. Salvadoran food is simple, soulful, and unforgettable. At its core is the pupusa, a thick cornmeal or rice flour tortilla stuffed with beans, cheese, chicharron, or loroco, served with spicy cotito and salsa. Celebrated every November on National Pupusa Day, it's the dish that defines El Salvador. Try yuca frita con chicharron, crispy cassava with pork and slaw, or the desayuno típico, a hearty breakfast of eggs, beans, plantains, and tortillas. For a sweet finish, sip horchata salvadoreña, a spiced drink made from moro seeds and cinnamon. These flavors, born from indigenous and Spanish roots, are a love letter to the land and its people. For foodie travelers, El Salvador's cuisine is a reason to visit in itself, offering comfort in every bite. Living affordably in paradise. Perhaps the most surprising fact about El Salvador is its affordability, making it a haven for travelers and expats. In San Salvador, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs $300 to $500 a month, dropping to $150 to $250 in smaller towns. A meal at a local restaurant runs $3 to $6, while street food like pupusas costs just $1 to $2. Groceries for a month? About $100 to $150 per person. Transportation is a steal, with bus rides at 25 to 50 cents and taxis starting at $3. Utilities, including internet and phone, range from $50 to $100 monthly, and gym memberships start at $15. Using the US dollar as its currency, El Salvador eliminates exchange hassles. A single adult can live comfortably on $700 a month, saving 50 to 70% compared to the US or Europe. For those dreaming of a new home or an extended adventure, El Salvador offers a lifestyle that's both rich and reachable. El Salvador is a land of small miracles, where volcanoes whisper ancient secrets, and every pupusa carries the warmth of its people. This travel documentary has unveiled 15 facts that prove this tiny nation is a giant in spirit. From its surfing shores to its Mayan ruins, from its bold Bitcoin experiment to its affordable allure, El Salvador invites you to rethink what paradise means. So, pack your bags, chase the waves, and discover a country that's waiting to surprise you. Like, comment, and subscribe to Gozi Journey for more journeys that stir the soul.